What's up guys, Garrett here with Deranged, and tonight we are going to be talking about the 2,500 mile review. I have seen tons of different comments lately about the reliability on the KRX, so I want to address some of those tonight. Alright, before we jump into the video, I just want to tell you guys we really appreciate you guys supporting us over the last couple of years, following our videos, sharing our videos, coming to our website, all that kind of stuff. When we set out to do all this, we really wanted to provide content that would help you guys make good decisions on the machines that you buy, the parts you buy, all that kind of stuff. And we feel over the last 2 years we've been able to do that pretty well. And we've been able to also learn a lot ourselves. So we just want to say thanks again for supporting us. And now let's jump into the review vid. But before I do that, I gotta apologize. I'm starting to lose my voice. So who knows if I'm getting sick, COVID, or something else going on. But I doubt it's that. So anyways, first thing I want to talk about tonight are the knuckles. So the knuckles on the KRX are all original on mine. It's a 2020. It has 2,500 miles ish on it, and I have zero issues with the old knuckles. Am I going to turn them in to get updated? Probably soon, just to update them, but I have had zero issues. So I think, I think overall, since Kawasaki has updated their knuckles, you haven't really seen any of those issues. The second thing, axles popping out. Since I have bought my machine, I have never had an axle pop out. I have been hearing on Facebook here and there axles popping out occasionally, but not like they did at first. So it seems like Kawasaki got that all squared away. But on my machine, personally, no issues with that, front or back. Haven't broken an axle. Knock on the rubber tire, I'm probably screwed now. But at the end of the day, no axle problems. The third thing, motor. No motor issues, everything has ran extremely well. All I have done to this machine mechanically is basically service it every 500 miles. One of the questions that comes up is what oils to use. I'm a very simple guy, and I think people make it way too hard on Facebook, and they get into all this oil stuff, and personally, I think it's BS. I use Kawasaki oils, and I buy it through Rocky Mountain ATV. We have a link, we'll leave that below. You guys can get your oil there. Or if, like, I'm really lucky locally to have a Rocky Mountain here in town that I can walk into and pick up the oil, or I order the stuff and they ship it relatively fast. Kawasaki brand oils in general are pretty inexpensive. They work, they meet all the guidelines in the owner's manual. And I've never had an issue using them on my Terex 4 and the KRX for almost a total of 5 years now. So anyways, I keep it simple, that's what I use. You guys can use whatever you like, but that's what I use. All right, so let's see, the fourth thing, as far as the overall mechanical side of the KRX, there has been nothing I've needed to do to it. So besides changing the air filter, cleaning that area, I haven't even done plugs yet, but I probably will pretty soon now. I've done the belt. Basically, I changed it over to a G-Boost belt. That belt is running about 1,500 miles now. I did that when I switched out the weights. I run right coast off-road weights. I've had no issues with those now, about 1,500 plus miles. I have no slipping. I have no changing gears and higher speeds. None of that. So everything as far as that goes, it's completely fine. I am running a tune. I've talked about that before. It's a COPS tune on the KRX. I've had zero issues with that as well, and it's worked really well. We even took it out to the Grand Canyon, if you've seen our past videos, where we've had an opportunity to pull our trailers, and we pulled them almost like 160 or 180 miles, and at times at 40 plus miles per hour. I never had any issues. Got up to maybe 2 or 3 bars. But at the end of the day, it's worked great. It has the same belt on it now. I'm probably just getting ready to switch that out when I hit 2,000 miles on it. So when I hit 3,000 miles on the car itself, I'll probably switch the belt out again. But I do blow out all my clutches, all that kind of stuff about every 500 miles when I do the oil change, and I highly recommend that. So basically what I'm hammering on to everybody right now, and I keep on repeating it, is basically maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. If you stay up on your maintenance, most of the time you won't have problems with your machine. I've always been a big believer in breaking in the machine the way the manual says, regardless of what people say on Facebook. And between the machines that I've had and broken in the same way that the manual suggests, I've never had any major issues when it comes to the motor and all that kind of stuff. So I really feel like it's important just to spend that extra time, break it in right, get it over with the right way, and then be able to enjoy your machine from that point on. What else? I still have the shock therapy set up on this. We did the springs, valving. It came in at like 16.5 inches of clearance. It has settled, I measured it the other day, it settled to about 16 1/8. And it has been there the whole entire time. And I'm probably running about 1,500-ish miles on that as well now. And it has worked out great. I've never had to worry about bottoming out anymore or any of that kind of stuff. Dude, my voice is like, it sounds like I'm all emotional over this, but no, I'm just losing my voice. So anyways, that's been great. No problems there with the shock therapy. Original A-arms, trailing arms, all that kind of stuff. I do right now have quite a bit of squeaking going on in the car that's driving me freaking crazy. So I have to figure that out, because the nickname of this bad boy is going to be like Squeaky for a while until I figure that out. It's not like it's anything damaging, but it's either it's dirt or something's loose. I don't know. I got to figure it out. It's driving me crazy because I can't stand noises. Other than that, trying to think, anything else on the machine? All the electronics, gauges, some of the things that I've heard about on Facebook was the shifting into four-wheel drive, out of four-wheel drive. I've never had an issue with any of that. I always make sure to stop, put it in four-wheel drive, and all that kind of stuff before I go. I never do it when I'm moving. Same when I take it out of four-wheel drive. The high and low button, the power button, I typically never use. I've never seen a need to use it. I'm running the same brakes. They're still the stock brakes. I'll probably look at doing that at 3,000 miles as well when I do the plugs and all that good stuff. I'm trying to think what else. Other than that, all I can say is on Facebook, please just hear me out. On Facebook, you will always hear negative comments. You'll hear like 9 out of 10 comments. You'll hear 9 of them as negative versus 1 positive. That's just the way it is on social media these days. So just because you hear things doesn't necessarily mean it's true. And I think overall, majority of the people are really, really happy with their KRXs and how well they've held up. So yes, there was some issues with Kawasaki when they first came out. There's been some issues still with the clutches and all that kind of stuff. And maybe they'll come out with a fix, or maybe they won't. I don't know. The one-way bearing was another issue. I haven't heard much of those going out as much like they did at the beginning. Mine is still original. I've never had an issue with that either. But at the end of the day, it's worked out great. So, I don't know. I can't say enough. Honestly, guys, you got to accept the KRX for what it is. It's not made to be a speed demon machine. I really don't care for that anyways. It's plenty fast. It rides extremely well. And I'd rather have the comfort in the ride than all the power in the world if I can't put it down on the ground because the ride isn't great. So I really enjoy that. It does great in the rocks. It did pretty well in the sand, even on stock tires at Dumont. I've got all those videos of the KRX if you guys want to follow along. Check them all out if you're extremely, completely looking into buying a Kawasaki and questioning if it's the right choice for you. Please check out my playlist when it comes to the KRX, and you can see all sorts of videos on it, from service to different trips, the tires that we switched out, everything like that. And I've been extremely, extremely happy. I'm still going off also the stock battery with all the accessories like I showed you guys in another video that I installed. Never had an issue with the battery. My KRX 4, with the way I installed everything on that one as well, I never had an issue for 3 years. I sold the machine, and the guy that bought it has had it just a little over a year, and communicating with them a little while ago, it seems like everything's still working out great. So that stock battery lasted quite a while. It's all about hooking up everything right and just doing it the right way the first time. So other than that, that's it, guys. If you have any other questions on the KRX, or you want to like learn more about before you purchase, if you're looking at buying one and you want to reach out to us on PM, or DM us on Instagram, or PM us on whatever it is, message us on Facebook, or you can leave the comments below and we'll reach out to you that way too in the YouTube videos. So anyways, that is a quick review of the KRX at 2,500 miles. It is great. It's working out great. I love how it's just durable, easy to maintain. Seriously, one of the easiest machines to work on, to change everything out as far as oils and stuff. And I just love the overall ride. I love the ability that it has just to climb, and I've really enjoyed all of that. So if you haven't had a chance to check out all the other videos, please do so. And until next time, this is Garrett with Deranged Off-Road, and stay tuned. We have a lot of good quality stuff coming out for 2022.